In the illustrious realm of hip-hop, where lyrical prowess and poetic dexterity reign supreme, a maestro of music critique, Shawn Cee, emerges as a discerning voice amid the harmonious cacophony of opinions. Let's see what the Detroit native had to postulate into our erudite ears.
You think Cole would be able to keep up with Kendrick as he is now? Cause I think in 2015 he wouldn't have stood a chance.
Cole can definitely, Cole ain't gonna get, I think he could get out rapped, but depending on what the subject is. You know, if they talking about, it depends on what they talking about. I feel like in every aspect, Kendrick could definitely out rap Cole, but I don't know, after that recent Kendrick project, Cole seems a lot more, what's the word I'm thinking of? He seems just a bit more realistic, I guess. Cole has never been on Kendrick's level at any point in his career. That's fine, but when I say realistic, I mean the type of shit that you'd hear from somebody. Like, Cole talks like the type of person that you would probably pass in your day-to-day. Not an extraordinary person, nothing too crazy, but I feel like since Kendrick's had such a long time away from, average society, his own ideas have kind of framed what he thinks some of these things are, which is why, like I said, I had such problems with Mr. Morale, because so much of it focused on shit that doesn't really seem to make sense, or there's just certain blatant hypocrisies in that album that just don't ever really get talked about. J. Cole most overrated. I don't really know if J. Cole is, he probably is, but I don't know. I don't listen to Cole enough to say he's overrated. Nor do I care about his music enough to say that it's overrated or underrated. I just listen to it for what it is. It's not really nothing to that I need to dive deep into. That's really it, though. Mr. Morale, just a big ass Kendrick therapy session. That's cool. I feel like niggas who are in love with Kendrick were not looking at that album critically at all. They just like the fact that Kendrick was talking about something that has some depth to it again without actually looking at what it meant in context of the full record. Sure, Kendrick talking about these things are great, but when you put it in the context of the same record through and through, it's so many contradictions that just aren't intentional. They aren't artistic contradictions. They aren't, meant to show you that people are just human beings and shit like that. No, some of it is yo, you said this, but then you did this, and they conflict. Okay. But that's really it. Last Voice Shine. I'll put it up before I get off tonight. I will. The Highs of Damn are cool. Hold on. We got tuna tacos. It was something else. Oh yeah, this is a very, very, very long video that somebody wanted me to watch about J. Cole having an interview with Bob Myers. I don't think y'all want to watch this, which is fine. It's not just Kodak Black's wait, what? That's the point. Whether you disagree or not, is coming to terms with the fact that he isn't a god, no matter how conflicting it is. Bro, that's such a fucking that's such a cop out to criticism. That's such a cop out. That's so lazy.
As much as you hate the term up for interpretation, maybe morale is up for it. 100.
No. Some of it is up for interpretation, but a lot of it is pretty blatant in what it wants you to take away from it.
We talking about Adam 22?
No. Well, I don't know if you're asking me if that's what I'm just discussing, or if you want me to talk about that. We don't have a clear consensus on what the video is. You see who in my recommended? Nigga, why are you acting like that? What? Morale is garbage. I'm not saying it's garbage. I'm not saying it's garbage, but it could be without the hypocrisies and with some better. I won't say better, but like more engaging production for me, then morale would probably be higher up. Hold on, what is
you know
this?
what I mean? Like see it all the time and believe it, and whatever you got to do to protect that belief. My version of protecting that belief was I wasn't sharing this.
Yeah,
I wasn't even telling my mom. She knew I rap. She knew
I think J. Cole is too reasonable for me to watch a whole hour of him talking to somebody else like this, which isn't bad. I don't think anything that he says in this interview will be like that disagreeable to a point where I'll need to watch the whole thing. He's just he's just probably chilling, you know. Nothing too crazy. Outside of that, we'll go here. We talked about the Uzi. We talked about the Cardi. Y'all had y'all little Kendrick debate, which is fine. I mean, reasonable to a point where I probably won't disagree with anything that he says, or I just can't be mad at nothing that he says. You know?
The comparison of two lyrical titans, J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, is akin to a connoisseur evaluating two vintage wines. Shawn's perspective unfurls like a scroll of lyrical wisdom, drawing us into the complex web of artistic interpretation. We find ourselves in a temporal capsule, circa 2015, where the names J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar loomed large over the rap landscape. It's a moment frozen in the annals of hip-hop history, and Shawn Cee delves into this era with precision. He postulates that, in this specific temporal slice, Cole might have been overshadowed by Kendrick's lyrical prowess. It's a reflection of the hip-hop landscape, where the trajectory of artists' careers takes them through valleys and peaks, each phase ripe with its unique flavor. Shawn Cee's perspective presents an intriguing lens through which to observe the evolution of these two artists. Like a seasoned sommelier, he uncorks the vintage of J. Cole, recognizing the growth and maturation that has occurred since that ephemeral moment in 2015. It's akin to witnessing a vineyard flourish over time, with each harvest producing a richer, more complex vintage. The juxtaposition of Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole is like a duet of virtuoso pianists, each wielding their linguistic keys. Shawn Cee's candid analysis acknowledges Kendrick's lyrical supremacy, but he perceives Cole's recent work as more rooted in reality and relatability. It's akin to appreciating a fine painting for its intricate brushwork while also acknowledging the raw, unfiltered emotions of a graffiti mural. Damn, Kendrick's magnum opus is placed under Shawn's musical microscope. He scrutinizes its lyrical intricacies and thematic depth while unearthing contradictions and inconsistencies. It's akin to peering into an abstract painting, where each brushstroke tells a story, yet a closer look reveals paradoxes and questions. Shawn's perspective raises a profound question: do fans, in their adulation of Kendrick, sometimes overlook the imperfections? The juxtaposition of J. Cole's music raises the curious question of rating. Shawn Cee stands as an impartial judge, refusing to place Cole's work in the boxes of overrated or underrated. It's a reflection of the ambiguity inherent in art and how different listeners perceive and interpret its nuances. The discussion of Kendrick's album Mr. Morales and The Big Step Pass serves as a portal into the creative minds of artists. Shawn recognizes the depth and complexity of the work while pinpointing artistic contradictions. It's like gazing upon a mosaic, with each piece contributing to a larger narrative, even if some ties appear out of place. Shawn's critical examination reveals the potential for improvement through more engaging production, reminiscent of an art restorer's meticulous efforts to enhance a masterpiece. In the realm of interviews, the anticipation of clash and controversy often draws attention. Shawn's disinterest in watching an interview between J. Cole and Bob Myers is a nod to the rationality and reasonableness that often defines Cole's nature. It's a reminder that the allure of disagreement and discord can overshadow the quiet profundity of insightful conversation. In the labyrinth of musical critique, Shawn Cee navigates the intricacies of artistry. His perspective unfolds like the unwinding of a sonnet, with each paragraph a stanza of thought. It's a testament to the multifaceted world of hip-hop, where artists evolve, albums bear imperfections, and fans perceive through diverse prisms. Shawn Cee's critique, like a poetic refrain, reminds us that in the grand opera of hip-hop, every artist and every album plays its unique role. Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this sonic journey into the world of music through the lens of Shawn Cee, remember that these discussions are not about finding winners or losers. They're about appreciating the intricate artistry that resides in every artist's work, whether they're standing beneath the spotlight or emerging from the shadows. Music, like all forms of art, is a kaleidoscope of diversity. It's the brushwork of individual souls, painting their stories, hopes, and dreams on the canvas of sound. Shawn's perspective reminds us that there is beauty in both the technically exquisite and the raw, the intricate and the relatable. It's in the music that pushes boundaries and the melodies that speak to our hearts. So, whether you're a Kendrick enthusiast or a Cole supporter, remember that the richness of hip-hop and music in general lies in its diversity. Each artist brings their unique flavor to the mix, contributing to the ever-evolving symphony of human expression. If you enjoyed this musical exploration, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions. And, of course, share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear your perspective too. As we part ways today, let's remember that music is the universal language that transcends boundaries and connects us all. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and until next time, keep listening, keep exploring, and keep the music alive.